training session, we're going to review a complex life event scenario. So as the employee logs into the system, this is the screen that is initially displayed. The first thing the employee is going to want to do is go to My Benefits to review the benefits that they already have. You can see that this employee is already enrolled in medical, dental, and several other plans, and they're waived from vision. So in this scenario, the employee is enrolled as single coverage, and she has now gotten married and needs to enroll her spouse and a stepchild into benefits. So in order to do that, the user would read up here that the My Life Events tab is where they need to go to make changes. So I'll click on the My Life Events tab. And I know I need to add coverage, so I'll click on that. My qualifying life event is marriage. Once I enter marriage, then I need to enter the marriage date. I got married on January 2nd. So I go ahead and enter that and click Next. So this screen shows all of the employees and dependents that can be entered or have their benefits modified. Since my spouse and child are not in the system, the first thing I need to do is add my spouse to the system. So let's add the spouse. And this is the same dependent screen that we've always had. You'll see that the date of marriage is defaulted from the date I already entered. Just need to fill out the other information. Click Finish. You'll see that my dependent was added successfully, and my marital status has been updated to married. If I want to add more dependents, I just continue with the process. So I click OK, and return to the same screen, and my spouse is now auto-selected because my event is marriage. I also want to add my stepchild, so let's add child. And my stepchild has a different last name, so we'll add that separately. And we'll add a Social Security for her. And this is a stepchild, female. I'll enter the other required fields. And she is a dependent. And she's still in high school. And I missed a field. There we go. So now we get the message that the dependent was added successfully. So now once I have all my dependents in the system, think about what I want to do, and I'd like to change benefits for myself, add them for my spouse, and add them for my stepchild. So I select those three and click Next. On the benefits screen, I can see all the benefits I'm enrolled in, and my dependents can see the benefits that they are eligible for. And notice that since I'm not enrolled in the vision plan does not show up under the spouse or the stepchild. Since my spouse needs vision coverage, I will enroll in vision coverage. So now that I've enrolled in vision, you can see that the vision plan is now eligible for enrollment by the spouse or the stepchild. So I'm going to go ahead and enroll in all plans for the spouse. And you can see that the effective dates are populated based on the plan rules and the date of marriage. And for the stepchild, I'm going to go ahead and enroll in the medical plan and the dental plan. And I'm going to waive the vision plan. So now that I've made all my elections, I review them to make sure they're correct, and I click the Next button. And any additional information that is needed will automatically be displayed on the following screens, such as if you needed a primary care provider, which this particular plan does. So we'll enter primary care providers quickly for both the spouse and the stepchild. And click Next to continue. We can see that I'm eligible for a flexible spending account, and since I've added a spouse and a stepchild, I will want to add some money to that, and I do not want to participate in the dependent care. So let's click Next to continue, and it'll continue on to the supplemental life plans, and I do not want to add any coverage for that. So we'll click Next. And this employee is allowed to have multiple plans, so we'll decline coverage on these as well. And then if there's any special notices that provide additional information on how employees need to process transactions, those will also appear just as they did in the existing system. So in this case, it's telling me in order to add my new spouse, I need to fax a copy of the marriage certificate. So now that I have that information, I click Next. And now the system is telling me, it showed me everything that I needed to make to complete my transaction. So I go ahead and click Finish because I'm satisfied that I've made the correct choices. And the system is processing the transaction, and all of my changes will be sent in one transaction. And now the system's showing me any change transaction forms. So if I need to print and send these forms to HR, I can do them from right here. I can look at all the forms. The forms are the same as existing forms and can also be seen from the My Benefits tab. So go ahead and click Finish, and I return to the Life Events tab. So now you can see the entire process for the employee to add coverage for a marriage. If you have additional questions or would like a more in-depth coverage of the Life Event process, please look at the Life Event Workflow Review training video.